if Peter told Harry he was Spider-Man? So in this, so in this, so in this alternate reality, Peter would tell Harry that he's Spider-Man, and Harry would think this is so cool, and he would, help Peter, and they would still make the iconic suit, and Peter would still become Spider-Man. Yeah, yeah. He would still become Spider-Man and still help people and save people. And when when Gwen Norman still takes the Goblin Serum and becomes, kills the board members, he would save not only Mary Jane but also Harry. And then Spider-Man would whisper, Harry, are you okay? And then Harry would say, yeah, I'm okay, Peter, thanks. And after that, he would fight the Green Goblin, and that all goes the same. And yeah. So yeah. And after after that he would still find out Spider-Man's secret identity, but he would play it smart this time. As this time around, he would hire some yeah he would hire a man, and this man is named and this man is named Ben. No, Ned Leeds. Yeah, he would hire a man named Ned Leeds at his company, and he would basically give him, no, he would make him the Hobgoblin suit. Yeah. So Norman would basically manipulate he would manipulate Ned Leeds into fighting Spider-Man, and he would do it. But he would take the serum. He would take no, he wouldn't take the serum. He was just fight Spider-Man. Yeah, he would fight Spider-Man and all that jazz, and yeah. So after that, he would throw Hobgoblin would throw a few pumpkin bombs. Yeah, he would throw a few pumpkin bombs, and Spider-Man would dodge it, and then he would web his glider and then he would punch Hobgoblin straight in the face, and he would be thrown straight to jail. So yeah. And after that, the Hobgoblin would go to jail, and NetEase would basically go to jail. So yeah. After that, Norman would say, okay then, it's my turn now. As he would put on a Green Goblin suit. Yeah. And he would still set the trap up for Spider-Man, and Spider-Man would still fall for it. And yeah. And after that, he would still convince Spider-Man to join him, since he would eventually hate him. And yeah. Also, I'ma say that Harry has Peter's Spider-Man, suit, has built-in heaters, and also he even built Peter a spider tracker, so he can track Peter anywhere in the city, and keep tabs on him. So yeah. So Goblin would say they will eventually hit you, and yeah. So after that, they would still do the Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, they would still do the Thanksgiving dinner scene, but Harry makes an excuse for Peter. So yeah. Yeah. And yeah. Yeah. So after that, the first, yeah. So Spider-Man would still have his final fight with the Green Goblin, and yeah, he still saves the Mary Jane and the kids, and he still fights, Green Goblin. But Harry secretly follows Spider-Man, because he has the Spider-Man tracker and shot Peter shoots. So yeah. So Harry finds them, both Spider-Man and them fighting, and we still get the iconic, yeah, we still get the iconic fight scene. And this scene would basically go the exact same. Damn, he is fucking him up. So yeah, and after that, Herbie would also be there to figure out that his dad is actually the hobgoblin, no, the Green Goblin, as he would take off his mask and he would say, Peter, please, you, you're like a son to me. Let me be a father to you. And then he says, I have a father. His name is Uncle Ben. And and he would still say, Godspeed, Spider-Man. And but Peter would dodge the glider, but then Harry would then, you know, push his father out of the way so he doesn't, die. And yeah. And then after that, um Norman says, Harry, Harry, what are you doing here? You should not be here. And then Harry says, Dad, you're the Green Goblin. You were a supervillain this whole time. You kidnapped Mary Jane and tried to kill those kids. And you caused property damage. You almost could have killed them. And now you're even fighting Spider-Man? That just has to stop. It has to stop. So yeah. And then Norman says, but I can explain. I I and then Harry says, enough's enough, Dad. I'm sorry, but it's just too much. And then Harry would then leave, as he would, start to sob and cry, as he would, get out of there. And Norman is shocked. Yes, he's shocked. And yeah, so he goes back. So he goes to jail, and the board, the head of Oscorp, the board makes the executive assistant, and they make Norman the new head of yeah head of Oscorp. So yeah, yeah. So yeah, so yeah, yeah. So so after that, I'ma say I'ma say that Norman is in jail, and his mental state is slowly deteriorating, as he would try to convince the guards that Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and vice versa, but they wouldn't believe him. And yeah, they would not believe him. So yeah. So after that, we cut to Spider-Man 2, and the intro is the same. No, the so yeah. So after that, Peter and Peter and Harry have a talk, as Harry, oh wait, where is as Harry is now the head of Oscorp, he and Peter talk, and Harry says, "So, so, 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 should we tell Mary Jane that you are Spider-Man or not?" No, no, yeah, no, no. I'm gonna say that they're in Oscorp, but they're in a secret. No, yeah, no. I'm gonna say that they're not in Oscorp right now, but they're going to there later, and they are in the Goblin's lair. That is in the manor. Yeah, and Harry says, "Are we gonna tell MJ that you are Spider-Man?" And then Peter says, "No, because I don't want her to hate me. Well, not really hate me, but you know, because your father did, try to kill her and those kids, and I just don't want that to hurt her and make her hate you or even your father." And then Harry says, "Yeah, I know, Pete. I know." And yeah, and yeah. And after that, they go to Oscorp, and Harry makes business deals, and yeah, and Peter's also there for to witness this deal, and yeah, yeah, and we still get introduced to Oscorp, um, Otto Octavius, yeah. As Peter would still meet, as Peter would still meet meet Otto Octavius, the Otto Octavia. He was still meet Otto Octavius, and that goes basically the same. And yeah, and Otto still does his presentation, and it still goes horribly wrong, and and when the fusion re- reactor, um, starts melting down, or yeah, or short circuiting, Harry would Harry would look at Peter, and then they would nod to each other. And after that, Harry would lead the civilians to the civilians to out the building, and Peter still, and the Spider-Man still shuts it down, which would kill his wife Rosie, and yeah, yeah, yeah. So after that, um, after that, Peter, no, yeah, Spider-Man would still stop it, and yeah, yeah, and after that, Doc Ock still, he still wakes up and still wants to finish his fusion reactor, and yeah, yeah. So he kidnaps Mary Jane, and then Harry says to Peter, "So has MJ." And then Peter says, "I know. I get her back. I get her back here and safe." And then Peter, no, and then Harry says, "Okay, Pete." After that, he still fights Doc Ock, and that goes the same. But in the meantime, Norman Osborn has finally broken out of, jail or prison, and it's on the news. And this is where the butler would turn off the TV. And then after that, Harry would say, "I hope they're okay." But in the meantime, let's see what's on TV. As Harry would turn on the TV, and he would see that Norman Osborn has broken out, and then he says, "What? That's that's," as a voice as a voice as a voice behind him would say, "Impossible, right?" As he would look behind him, and he would see his father. Yes, his father. And yeah. And she would look like this. And he would say, "Harry, son, it's time for you and me to finally face our destiny." And that destiny is to finally kill Spider-Man and take over this city. And then Harry would say, "No, you were out of your damn mind. You tried to kill MJ, those kids, Peter, and you might even have tried and you might have even tried to kill me if Peter didn't put you in jail. You need to go back, Dad. It's not too late." And Harry says, "No, I can't. I can't because I need Spider-Man dead at my feet. I want him to die. I want him to break. I want him to bleed. So I won't stop until he is killed and this city is mine, and I will reclaim everything that Oscorp, no, those board of directors in this city took from me. As Harry would say, Dad, please don't let me do this. As Harry would pull a gun on his own father. Yes, as he puts the gun out on him like this, and he says, Dad, please, I don't want to kill you. You're, you're my father, but if you try to come any closer, I won't hesitate to use this gun to defend myself and shoot you, please. And then, and then, and then Harry, and then Norman says, no, you're not my son. And he says, you're not my son. You're not my son. You're not my son! As he would throw a pumpkin bomb, and then Harry would get out the way, and it would explode. As after that, Norman would say, you're not my son. And you never was. As after that, Norman would then run, and then he would pick up a metal bat, and hit Harry on the back of the head. And yeah. After that, he would say, okay, come on. As 10 of his henchmen, yes, henchmen, would, pick up Harry, and then he would say, take it all. As after that, they would take all of the equipment, all of the tech, and the lighters in the serum. Yes, the serum. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah. And after that, he would. After that, Norman would then leave with not only his son, his tech, but his serums, and they would leave. Yeah, they would leave. And they would, and they would drive straight out of New York City. And yeah. And after that, Peter would still save Doc Ock, but he will also save him from drowning. as after that Doc Ock would basically go to jail. And yeah. And yeah. Yeah. And yeah. And after and then after that, Peter would then talk to MJ. And yeah. As Peter would try after that, Peter would try to find Harry, but couldn't find him. As he would then go to the manor, and he would see an explode. No, he would see that the manor is on fire, and the firefighters are putting out the fire. As Peter would then swing and be in his civilian clothes, as he would say, what happened here? What happened here? As in the firefighters and police would say, I don't know, I guess someone started a fire. And then Peter says, is Harry Osborn okay? He is head of Oscorp. And then the police would say, no, we couldn't find him. And then Peter says, okay, thank you very much. So after that, Peter would then go back into the layer or manor as Spider-Man, and he would see a note, and the note says, hello, Spider-Man, or should I say, Peter Parker. I have Harry, my tech in the serum, and I in this city, in the city will be mine someday. Just you wait. And when the city is at my feet, you will be the first one dead. And the note also says, if you ever want to see Harry again, then I suggest that you reveal to the world that you are Spider-Man, or Harry dies. And then Peter says, what the? This is insane. I can't let him win. How did he get out of jail? He must have broken out. I need to stop it fast. As yeah. And I'm gonna be ending part yeah, no. And I will be ending parts 1 and 2 off here. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. If you like, here's some off. Goodbye, guys. See you next time.